What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Mac.
And it's your boy Curtis, aka Team Cap to Mike's Team Iron Man.
I'm not Team Iron Man.
I can see you being like the cocky asshole billionaire.
I mean, I'd be the billionaire, but man, I'm more of a Spider-Man fan, man. I get out of the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Did he have his own team in Civil War? No, he was part of the team,
He
Team
had
Iron
it.
Man.
He was Team Spider-Man, assisting Iron Man.
Nah, man, he was basically
That was the team,
Iron
bro.
Man's mascot. He was Iron Man's
Nah,
mascot.
whatever, bro. That was the team, Team Spider-Man. Who came to who for help?
That don't mean shit.
Yeah. See, you got all quiet because it's facts. Nigga, Iron Man was just like,
That don't mean anything. He probably
just
asked
because he
every.
was
Okay, so
talking shit. Just because he was talking shit, don't
that
mean he wasn't asking
that
Parker for help.
implies that Cap is the same with Ant Man. Cause he asked Ant Man for help.
He needed help, did he not?
Okay, so Iron Man need help. He,
That's what I'm saying. Whose help did he ask for? Spider Man.
I don't mean that doesn't. What logic makes it that Team Spider Man?
Team Spider Man. Team Spider Man was doing his own thing. Iron Man was like, "Hey, yo, man, I need your backup, man. I need
That's
help.
what team?
I'm going up against a real nigga."
And I don't get me
Oh,
wrong. I know Spider Man's your boy, but honestly, personality wise, you do lean more towards Iron Man.
I think I can lean towards the Spider Man too. I mean, because that Spider Man, like Tom Spider Man isn't too douchebaggy, but Spider Man by himself is supposed to be pretty douchebaggy, asshole. Talking shit and everything.
Wow, what is in terms
I'm not
of the
Parker.
MCU?
I'm not Parker.
You're
I'll
Tony.
say that. I'm Spider Man. I'm just not Parker.
I'm sorry, man. I just see Tony when it comes to you.
Whatever.
MCU wise, I just see Tony.
Whatever. Reed Richards.
Not even part of the MC. Okay.
Oh, they're supposed to be.
Not yet. They're not there just yet. So in
Yeah,
hindsight, hey, when it comes out, this statement here might prove I might be Reed Richards.
yeah. I'm about to say. Aside from that douchebag dude from the Divergent movie, they had to play Richards. I don't talk about that trash movie. Let's get to the actual point of why we're here.
Wait. Before we get into that, okay, first of all, don't disrespect Divergence. That movie actually was fire. The sequels, nah.
I'm just
But
talking about the. I'm just talking about the actor dude from it. I don't really like the dude himself.
oh, okay.
But to talk about the actual reason that we're here. So we gonna be doing a quick review on the first two episodes of What If, or should I say Marvel's What If? Do you have to say the whole thing?
I think right now you can say Marvel's What If, but as we're talking about it, I just feel better just saying What If. It's easier.
All right, so redo. We're going to be talking about Marvel's What If. I think I'm gonna keep that first part in though. But yeah, so as everybody knows, there's currently a new animated series. This is actually the first. No, never said. I will not say that because it's not like a movie thing. But it's I think it's Marvel's first time going non-canon type of thing, like where they can switch up the story completely instead of like just trying to like follow an original story and then tweak it a bit. This is their first time actually trying to go and be like, nah, but like legit. What if Captain America was Captain Carter? God, I hate that name.
I mean, okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. And before we go any further, there definitely will be spoilers because we're really gonna be talking about it. If you don't want to get spoiled at all, by all means, like pause this, go watch the first two episodes, about 30 minutes each, then come back. You can listen to us discuss it. But just a quick spoiler for things we'll be talking about. I also didn't like Captain Carter either. I actually wanted to call it Captain Britain. When I first saw it, I was thinking Captain
Like,
Britain
like
the whole time.
I like the character. I just hate the name. Like, cause Agent. I mean, I'm thinking back to the Agent Carter TV show. Like that name just hit more. Like it was so much cool. Like Agent Carter. Like, I was like, yo, that shit fire. But then they're like, call me Captain Carter. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Some
What's
Indiana Jones
the
reject character.
what's the concept of Captain Carter? It was actually really interesting. It's like, okay, that what was the small decision that she stayed? So basically, like this
I
is a
think
remix of Captain America:
nah,
First Avenger.
it's pretty much like that whole multiverse thing. Just like, oh well, yeah, this can happen. I mean, how you feel about the Watcher? Like just a quick thing. How do you feel about the Watcher's outline design? Because I'm like, bro, is this nigga Spawn, bro?
I know it's supposed to be kind of an homage to the comics, so I do like his design.
This design,
But
it,
from what
yeah,
I've
Spawn.
seen, the way that the Watcher describes it is like these small changes is what's causing these new events. That's why I'm saying like one of the small changes for Captain America was that I think Peggy stayed. I think in the movie she left, but in
No, no,
here
no.
she
Remember,
stayed.
he was in the like they were all in the office at first, and then they took everybody down to watch the experiment. But she stayed in the office. But in this
Okay, but I
one,
think in this one she
she went
was like,
down to see the experiment. So she was there to be able to go into the pod.
and I mean honestly, like this first episode was amazing. Cap is my favorite in the MCU, so getting to see a different aspect. Cause it's actually kind of interesting to see like Peggy as pretty much Captain America. Gosh, she's swole though, Lord.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it made me think of like if Korra and Asami from Legend of Korra did the fusion dance. Like she had Asami's hair, but she had Korra's build.
Oh my god. And how did you feel about what happened with Steve? Like him basically becoming okay, I know it was supposed to be technically Iron Man, but I keep thinking of Ironmonger from the first movie.
Yeah. I mean that is the original Iron Man suit. It was before the moniker of Iron Man. But I thought it was interesting, man, just to have Big Papa Stark, you know, be the one to make the suit instead of Stark Jr. Like I thought that was really interesting. In general though, what do you think about this idea? Like let's do a little bit broad. What do you think about the idea of doing the possibilities?
I think the possibilities are endless. Like you might can get a few
Yeah, like
seasons out of this. Cause
that was pretty cliche, bro.
what you mean?
The possibilities are endless.
But I mean, as cliche it is, it's facts.
It's
Like
facts.
even just
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I can't
there's a
argue with you
whole episode created just because Peggy just changed where she was. So this thing one of those small changes that can create a whole new universe, pretty much.
Man, I
Like,
guess in Peggy's universe, you can physically touch the Tesseract. That joke was killing me, dog. I was watching it with somebody, and I kept bringing it up. She got mad. She was like, "All right, I get it. You're not supposed to touch the Tesseract." I was like, "All right, listen, that's a big thing. That's a dangerous thing, and they just grabbing it willy nilly. Like you're not supposed to be
yeah,
able to
but
do
then
that."
didn't Loki grab it?
Yeah, but Loki's an Asgardian. When the Red Skull grabbed it in Captain America, like pretty much burned his fingers.
Oh, I thought it just like teleported him. Yeah, no, it just technically it just teleported him.
But I mean, it's raw power, so I don't think people are supposed to be able to touch it. But I was like, yeah, small thing, whatever, a little bit of agreements. But nah, I think it's a really cool idea to really tackle the possibilities. And I mean, I remember when the idea first came out, like when they originally stated it and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like this is what we're gonna do, and everybody saw like the female Captain America. They was all in arms, you know. So you had the conservative people that was like, oh my gosh, liberal bullshit. They're trying to feminist. Ah. I was like, no, that's clearly Peggy. I was like, gosh, that's an interesting idea. So I'm really happy to see that the execution of it is going so well. That first episode, like you
Uh,
said, it was great.
I kind of stay out of like the political aspect of certain things,
Oh
so
no,
I
I
didn't
mean,
even bother looking at it.
not even the political aspect, but it was a lot of people who, in general, just like this sounds like a stupid idea, and I was like, nah, sounds like a good thing to play into, like to go into something original instead of just like telling the same story. Like let's see, like who would have ever considered Steve Rogers in an Iron Man suit?
I don't know, man. I guess like people were just on the fence about it, and I mean this could have been shit. That was a huge possibility.
Man, that's a
I'm super
possibility with
glad,
anything. Yasuke,
but
but yeah,
I'm super glad that it still came out good, bro.
did you watch Yasuke? You watched Yasuke, didn't you?
I've only saw like a couple episodes. I need to actually go back to it.
Nah, you good.
Because
But yeah,
really, because the first episode was pretty intriguing.
nah, yeah, you good, bro. But yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Sometimes ideas can turn out to be shit. But but nah, man. For this one, I think it's very successful. And episode one, I think I had the most fun listening to the characters interact because like the dialogue is funny. Even when it's kind of corny, it still makes me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like literally the only thing I didn't like about episode one legit was Captain Carter. Like I just
I
don't like
still
that name.
feel I still feel stupid for thinking she's gonna be called Captain Britain. I guess because of, of
Yo,
the
bruh,
shield.
I was thinking that too. Like when I saw the shield, I was just like, all right, what is she? Admiral UK or something like that? Like what's going I
But how
don't
do you
know.
feel about like basically whole MCU movies kind of just like shrunken down to 30 minutes? I thought that's pretty impressive. How they hit all the major points
Yeah,
of the
I
movie
noticed that
in
too.
30 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I think the thing that helps with it is the way the show looks. Because I mean, art and animation wise, this is fire. Like, and to be honest with you, this is what I've been wanting for Marvel shows. Instead of them being dumber and dumber, like they remake the shows, but then this some just make them stupid. Like, there's thought into it. There's funny dialogue without having to be overly childish, and they changed up the stuff. The only thing I'm confused on though is why does nobody bleed? Like, is this supposed to be a children's show? Because let's be honest, if they add in some blood, this is a graphic show. But I was a bit surprised that they let Rogers live because I mean Rogers is a like tiny, extremely weak dude. So I was a little bit
Uh,
surprised that they let him survive
Honestly,
that much.
man, during the train scene, I remember in the movie that's where like Bucky supposedly died, and that's when he becomes Winter Soldier. I thought they was gonna make Cap, well, I can't say Cap, Steve into Winter Soldier. Now
Nah,
I thought that would have been interesting.
I mean it would have been interesting, but I don't think since they don't have their own super soldier serum, I don't think it would have been possible.
Also just saying,
Maybe with the suit, possibly, but I just think personally, I think that would have just been kind of like whatever. With episode one, do you feel that they might have had to do more explanation into what they are trying to like, what they're like, the point of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of seeing these things?
honestly, I feel like it's just more so this type of show just to have fun with overall.
Yeah, because I can see some people complaining. I don't know, like, because I was thinking about that myself. I was just like this is a cool idea, but what are we like when episode 30 hits and they've used up their last idea? It's like, what would be the big reason for going through all these what ifs? Like, yes, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool if they had a point to this.
I mean,
Like,
that
what if
implies that they run out of ideas because this is the type of concept where it's gonna be very hard to run out of ideas.
I think so too, but I mean, you don't want things to get stale. So I think it's just like it would be cool if it was building up to something like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. You know what I'm saying? Like they have you
Mm-hmm.
got all the Spider-Verse. You know, you got all these different Spider-Mans. They come together because something is disrupting the timeline and stuff like that. Loki with the whole variant thing, like, oh yeah, you're messing up the timelines, you're creating different timelines, stuff like that. So it's like, do you think they should have a enemy that the watcher is going to be like, now I must summon all these other heroes to fight, like
That would
message?
honestly, it's one of those things where I'll be cool with either or. Like there was like a super big bad at the end. I'd be cool with it, or I'd just be cool with like just seeing just these different things because I can't see the type of concept with like how they're doing it. I can't see it going stale because it's gonna like show off so many different ideas, things that we've thought about and other people have thought about.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
can
really know if
agree.
this
I
is.
don't think it would go stale either. I just wonder, like, well, I mean, for one, people are going to complain no matter what if it just goes on for a while. So they're like, people automatically going to be like, wow, really? So we're gonna have to see this and this and this and this. Like, when is it ever gonna end? Like, all right, shut up, hater. But I don't know. It just feels like it would be cool. Like, I wouldn't mind it, but I wouldn't mind a twist either of like, okay, yeah, now I need to pull all these heroes together. I need Captain Carter, the Hydra Stomper. Is that what they call him? Cap
Yeah, the Hydro
Rogers.
Stomper is. Mhm.
Yeah, Hydra Stomper, T'Challa Star Lord. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be cool to see if that pull, like, it would. I think it would just be nice to see that all pull together towards the end.
Okay, but before we do talk about episode two, this is a question I want to ask you about episode one. How did you feel about the ending of how she came to the modern world? I know how Steve, like he sacrificed himself, got frozen. That's how he showed up. How do you feel about how Carter showed up in modern times?
It didn't bother me because I mean, like, the Tesseract isn't exactly connected to spaces. It's like connected to space and time. And time can move differently in the other worlds and other realms. So like Thor, who's been around for thousands of years, he's probably like, you know what I'm saying? Like him 3 months here and while he's in Asgard could be like 2 days or something. So I think if they address it, that'll be cool. But as far as me wanting to know whether or not there's more explanation, I think I'm good. Because I mean,
Like,
it's
I can't lie. My first thought when I saw it was like, oh my god, they legit just summoned Cthulhu, and that's how she became. She went to the modern times. So I was thinking she was just trapped with the Cthulhu the whole time, and then just brought her back.
I was laughing. I did make that joke though when she came back and Fury's like, she's like, where's Steve? And Fury's like, the war's over. The war ended. And then she's like, well, we won. The war did end. Like, yeah, the war's over. The war's over. But the Nazis won. But you're black. Yeah, but the Nazis are very inclusive.
Man, that would have been like I don't know if you know the
No, no,
game
not
series.
Nazi, not the Hydra. Like, no, Hydra won, but Hydra is very inclusive.
I don't know if you like know the game series like Wolfenstein. Like that would have basically what would have happened if they did episode two of Captain Carter.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny though. Just sitting there, just like I don't know, man. I just thought it would be funny, like what? Hydra allows black people in their ranks? Like, yeah, Hydra cool as fuck, man. Hydra
Like
allows
I thought
black
there was already a
people.
Black Hydra. I thought Hydra was already inclusive.
That's what I'm saying though. It would be funny if that, like, you know what I'm saying? What if she don't know that? What if she just thinks like
Oh,
Hydra is exactly like the Nazis? Like, oh wait, they didn't, like, wow, I thought they would have killed you because you're black. Like, no, what are you talking about? The Red Skull was gay. Why do you think he didn't care about you?
oh my God!
Like it'd be hilarious. I just think that would be hilarious to see. But yeah,
Oh
so
man, but
episode one definitely very good. Great introduction. Um, before going on to episode two, what did you think about how they did the fighting in episode one? Because I thought it was handled very, very well. Like, it looks great.
uh, it was so crisp, so smooth. I love seeing the shield in action.
Yeah, and then like just her movements was always so nice. And then like my favorite part is when she threw, like, when she was riding on when the dude had the motorcycle, when she attacked that base to go save I think it was to go save Bucky and them. And then
Yeah,
she kicked the motorcycle in there and then like hit that pose in midair. I was like, yo, that shit fire. Like, this
bro.
look
And also she was feeling herself so much. Just having that type of power.
shouldn't
It
she
does
though?
get you kind of. It does excite you a bit. Like especially your first time using it. You pretty much a kid in the candy store.
Especially when she was flexing back on that general dude who was against her, like when she got the serum and he was just like, this is a total failure. Oh my gosh, this is why misogyny is important.
I like how he switched up. I like how he fucking switched up
Yeah, that's how
when
it
she
is.
became popular and
Nah,
as she
I
was
ain't gonna
doing
lie to
stuff.
you. Howard is the MVP. That man ain't give a fuck. She was like, I'll take the serum. And Howard was just like, yeah. Let's do it. Howard was with it from the jump. He was like, "Oh hell, this is going to turn everything around." Yeah, but yeah, man, that it's the show was just like the first episode was so great, and it definitely was carried with the second episode.
It was. Cause moving on to episode 2, and like Guardians of the Galaxy is actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. I think I'll put it in my top 5. So it's just seeing that. I remember kind of cool to see T'Challa dance like like Peter, but hey, it's cool. But just seeing the contrast,
Bro, they
because
should
old
have some
boy,
music playing, man.
but old boy like literally like disrespected Peter. When he was like, "Oh, I'm Star Lord," he was like, "Who?" And but with this one, like he had actual aspirations for this dude, like almost like
Yeah,
literally
bro,
like
that man was
bent the
legit
knee to this man.
fanboy.
Just seeing that contrast, because I feel like even though he's Star Lord, he still has that like Wakanda presence about him, so that
Just say
royalty
it, bro.
presence.
My man got the swag, bro. They made
Oh man,
Star
but
Lord black, and he lived up to the fame.
bro, like okay, let's look at all the changes though. Like okay, for you, what was like the biggest highlight of episode 2 overall?
The biggest highlight of episode 2, I'd have to say, because I've actually been battling in my head whether or not I liked episode 1 or episode 2 better, and I'm leaning more towards 1 because I like some of the interactions a bit more. But with episode 2, I'd have to say I like the banter between the crew because I mean, another big shocker. I didn't see Thanos coming.
Bro, that was my highlight of episode 2. Like
I didn't
he
see that
like I was
shit
like, what?
coming.
He's a Ravager? He's part of the crew. He's a good guy now. He jokes about his plans instead of doing it.
I was like, yo, Nebula's blonde?
Kind of bad.
Yeah, I was legit thrown off completely by that. Like, I don't know, the collector was pretty nice, but I was completely torn, like just like thrown for a loop because I never saw it coming. When they mentioned him, I was like, damn, T'Challa already beat Thanos? Nigga, how? And then he just pulled up. It's just like, yeah. Sometimes people could change. I was like, nigga, not you. You were supporting genocide.
I mean, like you said, all you need is a good argument.
Yo, and that man, they was fighting that genocide argument though. Yeah, because you were trying to commit genocide, but you have to admit it would have been efficient. Yeah, sure, but still, nigga, you would have just killed people.
But the reason why I just like this concept because like when Yondu picked up Quill, and I thought to myself like, wouldn't he actually go to Wakanda since that's kind of like the most out of this world area?
Let's tackle that because that's low key. Like, no, not. That's an anime rule, man. Like, this dude legit was on a mission, fussing at his people for grabbing T'Challa. It's like, does this look like a white boy from Kansas to you? And then next thing you know, they were just like, all right, fuck it, let's go. I was like, yo,
I mean,
y'all still on Earth. You can still go to Kansas. Like, what are you doing? It was like it was so
oh man.
abrupt. It was so abrupt that I was just like, okay, fine. I won't question it neither then.
I mean, I didn't question it. I was just thinking to myself, okay, this is how they're going to switch T'Challa, like or switch Quill with T'Challa. So I was just like, okay, I'm cool with this. I'm seeing where it's gonna go.
Just the fact that they just left it there. It was like literally and no discussion either. Just like, hey boss, what about the mission? Fuck the mission. We got a black kid. Like we like like Black Lives Matter, bro. Like we got this.
Well, at that point, there was no real relationship between Yondu and Quill, so
No, but
Yondu
it
really
was
didn't have to
still
do it.
the job.
Hey, I mean, you can change your mind. Like technically speaking, you don't have to go to work if you don't want to. You got the job, but you don't have to go to work if you don't want to. I can choose to not do this.
I can just get fired by my manager. I don't want to get killed by a practical god. Like it's a big difference, man. But yeah, I don't know that part. Like I don't want to say it bugged me, but like when I saw it, I legit I just did my anime rule face. Where I just opened my mouth was wanting to ask so many questions and then just closed my mouth and kept watching. I just closed my
So
mouth and kept
I didn't even ask questions. I was like, you know what? I guess because I was just fully just on board with this concept. Like, I don't care how we get here. just let me see T'Challa as Star Lord.
But I do like
Which
how they kept into the characters. And, I think that's the best thing about the show. Like they are changing his stuff up, but they're keeping to the characters. So like T'Challa
is so true.
wanting to get out of Wakanda and wanting to expand and let Wakanda be a part of the natural world. Peggy like trying her best to be a strong soldier, you know what I'm saying, in a male dominated field and stuff like that. Rogers still being a kind-hearted hero. Like I like how even with these changes, they're still keeping the essence of the character.
Okay, and I know earlier you said that you think you might prefer episode one over episode two. For me, I'm gonna take the opposite route and say that I think I like episode two and episode one. Even though I loved episode one because the cap thing, I like episode two just because like the changes in episode two I think was just a bit more extreme. Like I feel like T'Challa did so much more good as Star Lord than Quill did. Like so much good. Thanos is a good guy. Drax's family is still alive. Millions of worlds are like
Oh, yo,
living
that
good
was
lives.
so hilarious when Jax is just like, "Yes, took a picture with me. Ooh, you gotta take that one again. You look horrible."
Right, the fact that like it's still my boy Drax. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like the way they keep in contact with who the characters are is just so dope. And the collector to a degree, honestly, like it's like that's the collector if he's not pussy. Like that's
this
so
is true,
funny. And then oh yo, what did you think about his weapon collection?
bruh. When I saw the shield, I was like, wait, did he kill Captain
Cap
America?
Cap? Like yo, bro, I call Cap. Maybe I can't call Cap. I think it might be dead, but nah.
Was Thor's hammer on there
Yeah,
too?
bro, right next to it. He had what's that, Helena? Had Helena's
So, her helmet with all the
helmet.
powers that come with it.
No, I think it's supposed to be a crown actually. But yeah,
Okay.
like had her crown and stuff like that. And I was just sitting there like, yo, this right here.
Let's talk about how Quill was like this his job.
Oh, right. His pops. I forgot. I clean forgot his pop's name. Like I really enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy too, but I definitely do not remember his pop's name. I was
But
lost.
like, where was Quill working at?
I don't know, bro, but it looked like a burger joint. Cause Krill's supposed to be born in what, like the 70s,
uh, I think 80s. 80s.
80s.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean that fits like a 90s style restaurant, like fast food
I
joint.
know, but I could have sworn it was like in an official restaurant. I just forgot where he. Okay, yeah, he's born in the late 1980s, but I forgot where he worked at. I could have sworn it was the actual location.
I didn't see the name of it. I don't think they had a name on it. They just kind of started playing the music and had him cleaning up.
I don't know, but wouldn't that mean though, like their universe is still kind of fucked? Because I remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I remember, I'm just say Ego's plan, and wouldn't his plan succeed? Because he found Quill, and there shouldn't be any bad blood between them.
I think I don't think that that'll be the next episode, but I think it'll probably build up. I think it'll build up as like Quill's own episode down the road. Like, okay, yeah, this is how you handle things on Earth. This is how I handle things in nature. So I think that will pay off. But for the most part, man, like it's kind of having a, it's kind of like just having that wild card out there.
I feel like you want all these episodes to be connected, but I'm not sure all of them are going to be connected. I think there's
No,
going
no,
to be
I don't think so
each.
either. But I'm just saying, like if Quill, because I mean, like if Quill goes with his father, then that's just like that could turn into something else completely. Like maybe that turns into, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy have an episode where they fought like Galactus. So like, what if Quill gains his pops like God powers, and now he's going up against Galactus? Or like, what if now that Tom Holland has conquered the vegetable virus, maybe maybe they could do a thing. Now I'm trying to think of the name of it. Galactus. There we go. Yeah, because the Guardians of the Galaxy have actually battled Galactus. So it's like maybe they can do a thing with like Quill is fighting Galactus, but it has nothing to do with anybody else.
So, like in this what a scenario is Quill God, Ego's God like powers somehow separate himself from Ego, and they come across Galactus.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a like, and that's the funny thing because like that it's a what if. It's like we said at the beginning. It's so many possibilities. So I don't think they'd waste introducing Quill and Igor just to you know what I'm saying? Like let it go.
I mean, we could see them later down the line. I don't think we're gonna see them no time soon. I think they're gonna do like a bunch of different characters and maybe then go back and do that. Cause that would be an interesting scenario. Which I wanted to ask you, like, is there a certain scenario or scenarios that you would like to see, or something that you thought would be interesting?
I mean, really trying to think about how they would do a Spider-Man what if, but with the Spider-Verse, all majority of his love interests reading his comic books and mangas. The only ones I got left would be like maybe switching Nova up with the core.
Hey, what?
Nova, you know, gold helmet, red visor. I think
No, I
his suit.
know that, but like, I mean, I think you gotta think more MCU than the actual Marvel. I don't. Nova's not in the MCU.
They can introduce him. Nothing's stopping them to introduce these characters.
I mean, they can introduce these characters, but I don't see any characters that's not already established being a main focus. Probably like a side character.
Okay,
If they're gonna introduce a character, they're gonna do it with
so
an actual MCU.
so let's have what is Buddy's name? What is his real name? Pietro. There we go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so if Quicksilver lived.
Quicksilver. Yeah, like what did they do with that? And see what type of things happen with him and the Scarlet Witch. I mean, like by your rules, they can't bring in Magneto, but which actually now I think about it, it's kind of dumb.
Okay, well, that's more was just a legal thing because technically they didn't even count them as mutants in the MCU.
You know what? And I think what Columbia wouldn't let go of that of those movies yet. All right, never mind. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, but let's say they do a thing where like Quicksilver lives, and now you see him and Scarlet Witch working as a team after that second Avengers movie. Yeah, Ultron's the
Yeah,
second.
it was the second one.
Yeah, yeah. So let's say they have them working, doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the heroes for hire. You know what I'm saying? Like they can figure out something like the mutuals for money, like mutants for money, I guess. But yeah, so but no, they're not considered mutants.
In the MCU, they got their powers from an experiment in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
Trying to make
change
sure.
a
Yeah,
couple,
yeah.
but I still think it'd be cool to see Pietro hanging around the Scarlet Witch. You know, just to get more banter out of the two of them, and maybe see some banter out of Kuligawa Iziara. No, I'm mixing up things just now. Yeah, so I really did. I was reading something and mixed it up. No, so yeah, I'm reading something about Grand Blue. That was stupid. But yeah, so I think they mixed up. Whatever, man. But yeah, so they mix up with Pietro and what is Scarlet Witch Will's name again? It's escaped
Oh,
me.
what's the name of her show? What's the name of her show?
Uh, I didn't watch the show, bro.
Oh man. Okay, one, you missed out. Two, it's called WandaVision. Her name is Wanda.
Wanda, yeah, Wanda, yeah, yeah. Shut up, man.
Yeah,
But no,
you didn't watch the WandaVision? That's
nah,
actually
man.
killing some time.
I really didn't. I was not all that interested in it. And some of the
Honestly, bro, out of
things,
all the shows, I thought that would have been the one that interested you the most, since you're more interested in the more out of thinking outside the box type shows.
yeah. But I mean, when I was watching some of the scenes, I don't know. It just didn't really seem to interest me that much. Um,
I mean, I hope you do eventually get around to it, because I will say, like, first two episodes were a little bit weird, but after I say episode three, when the ball went rolling, it got really interesting. I would think out of all the shows, you know, I think Loki is still my favorite. Vision is probably the most unique show Marvel has done, or the most like interesting concept Marvel has done in a while.
yeah, that's cool and all that, man. It don't mean I'm going to like it.
I
I
don't
still
know,
got
man.
to be
I
able.
think it was.
And I mean, granted, I think the main thing is I didn't really care for the I didn't care for the relationship between Wanda and Vision. So
Well, okay. How about this? Maybe around the time when the Doctor Strange movie comes out, to give it a shot, because it will help lead into that movie.
right, damn, I did hear about that. But either way, whatever. Yo, what do you think they could do with a twist with Strange?
Hmm. I think they're supposed to be an episode with him, I believe.
But you don't, but that's not confirmed if like it's going to be switched where he's no longer Strange.
I don't know. Like, this is the thing. It's really hard to think about. Like honestly, like for me, I would have enjoyed the concept of like, um, Loki would sit down to Earth and instead of Thor from the Thor movie. I'm trying to think of like certain aspects of each movie and
Well,
like
it's
how
pretty.
would
That was pretty
um
obvious, man. Like I kind of like that's also one of the things I liked about episode 2 so much, like that big switch of T'Challa and Peter. Like nobody would have guessed that. Like who? Like if you would have ran a simulator through like my random brain, I would have never thought of, hey, let's let Black Panther actually be Star Lord.
okay, my choice was obvious, but like not, oh, Quicksilver lives.
I mean, but I
I
wanted. I
mean,
mean, I would want that. I want him to live, or at least not be in that situation. But I still want to see it twisted through some type of through some other character. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he gets in the way of like Wanda's relationship with Vision? You know what I'm saying?
let's see. Actually, one idea I thought about. Actually, I think they're going to do episode on is the concept if Killmonger was chilling with Tony. I think that'd be a pretty
Nah, bro.
interesting
Let's get Bucky
little
chilling with
dynamic.
Tony. Wait, you can't do that. Never mind. Yeah, I say with episode 1, you can't do that no more. But nah.
Hey, in different universes, you can. You can do it.
But what if Killmonger and Miles are best friends?
Bruh.
You got an adult Miles and an adult Killmonger, and Miles turns into Spider-Man, but he's assisting Killmonger in revenge. Like that would be. Yeah, you're right, man.
Or
You really can't run out of these ideas.
or like, and the reason I'm saying this because they've already teased them being in MCU anyways. Or like, if you see a Deadpool cameo in any of these, I'll be happy as fuck. Like he's already in the teaser. He already chill with old boy from Thor Ragnarok. What's it, Korg, the Rock dude? Already chill with him.
Yo, how'd you feel about that with Collector? You know where he had
Ooh,
that rock hand?
yes.
I was like, not my boy. I was like, I hope they just took his arm. I was like, not my boy.
Right.
I was about to be sad, bro. But yeah, that part. You know, you got if you're doing something wacky like this, and I'm not really saying like childish wacky, but just like out the box like this, you gotta have Deadpool involved.
Not even as like just a cameo, but something like to give us hints.
Like
Or
so,
this actually could be because they've already said that they're trying to introduce the X-Men. Do you think the X-Men should maybe make a cameo in this, or
I
should
was
they
about
just
to
wait
ask that
until?
question though. So, which X-Men storyline technically is in the MCU?
The thing, I have no idea how they're gonna introduce them.
Because not First Class, that was still Sony. The original was Columbia Pictures, I think. It was Columbia
I
Pictures.
think so, but all of it was under Fox.
Yeah, but Disney don't own any of those stories. So I was a little bit
I
wondering how they were gonna do.
I think they're gonna recast everyone pretty much.
Man, bro, can't nobody do a better Wolverine than Hugh Jackman.
I mean, bro, Hugh Jackman needs to step down. I can actually think of
No, I'm about to say he don't need to step down. He's not doing it. I'm about to say they just released a statement not too long ago where he was just like, nah, I ain't doing it. Fuck it.
bro. I mean, he's did it for like almost 20 years. I mean, I think that's a good run.
That is true though, man. These years be
But
passing.
there's other actors that can play Wolverine, like Tom Hardy. I would love to see him as Wolverine. I think he'd be badass for Wolverine.
Eh, you need actual
Um,
actors.
Tom Hardy.
I'm playing.
Oh, I'm about to say, damn, what?
Yeah. Oh, yo, could they introduce Venom?
That's what I was thinking about too, because technically speaking, Spider-Man's in that weird place where he's both owned by Marvel and Sony. So they were hints that
Venom and Tom Holland Spider-Man is Disney.
Remember, like Sony lends Spider-Man. They have a whole deal and everything. Sony lends Spider-Man to Marvel, to you. And the deal is that Tom Hardy could actually appear in any of their movies, like every blue moon. I think that's kind of the deal that they had. I don't know if they made any changes. That's kind of the deal they got. So there's a possibility that and Spider-Man could be seen together. I'll be cool with.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like it's a thing to where they can like they have that opportunity. So like Disney still has that hold to do that. So I think it'll be interesting to see if they did something with that.
Speaking of another one, a scenario well, if Spider-Man's powers were given to somebody else, who would you want the powers to go to?
I don't know. Spider-Man's the only one where I could kind of not really care since we have the Spider-Verse, and powers have like kind of been passed around to a lot of people. I mean, Mary Jane had them at one point, and I mean maybe Black Cat, but that's kind of a moot point. I think she works better as Black Cat, so I think Felicia works better as Black Cat. Yeah, I'm about to say start saying character names to make up for my Wanda slip up, which is weird. How do I remember Pietro, but I don't remember Wanda?
To be fair, like I'm not a big Wanda fan, so I could. And to be fair, it is. I will always say this: when you don't care about something, you will go out of your way to make sure we all know you do not care.
I guess it's because I've always been a fan of Quicksilver.
I can agree with that too.
Like,
but I mean,
cartoon it was always fun.
As far as someone who has Spider-Man's powers, I think it's someone who doesn't really have powers, like at least MCU wise, like or like Hawkeye with his skills plus Spider-Man powers. That would be pretty dope. Maybe a combination of Spider-Man powers and Ant-Man's powers.
But they already shown Hawkeye, and he was in his suit. I'm thinking more of a teenage superhero. I mean, it doesn't have to be a teenage superhero, granted, because I mean, you can do it. Well, nah, because Quinn and T'Challa should have been around the same age. So no, that doesn't.
Well, I mean, this is the thing about the whole what if thing that I'm excited about. Just because you see a character once doesn't mean you're not going to see them anymore. But these are all different universes. So there could be an episode where Hawkeye is the main focus, or an episode where Hawkeye is just a supporting character. Like that's why I really enjoy this concept, is because like any character can shine and can appear more than once in a completely different scenario.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think I think they'll stick Hawkeye with Captain Carter to probably like try to build something there instead of like his friendship with Natasha.
Okay, well, that begs the question: like, do you like think that they'll do like an episode 2 of every respective episode? Like, will there be a part 2 to Captain Carter?
You know what they probably got? They probably got a thing where they probably have it to where let's say the first 6 episodes are all their own stories. Then they wait to see which episode has the best reception, and then they try to build it off of that. Like, okay, so like let's say they made everything in general. Like let's say they made a part 2 to T'Challa's story, to Captain Carter. If they do one on like Spider-Man and now he can't swing building to building. Like I think it would be a better idea to like get those episodes in and then come back out and just be like, all right, y'all loved this episode, so here's the second part to it, instead of just trying to throw in a second part for like T'Challa. Felt like a pretty good ending part anyway, but because people liked it a lot, you know what I'm saying, they could try to figure out something else. I think that'd be a cool idea.
So with episode 2, I do like the little the last thing when they show respect to Chadwick Boseman. I really enjoyed that. I think they just like leave it alone, at least for a little while. Maybe if this goes to multiple seasons, we'll see like how people feel about after the next Black Panther movie comes out. And then if it receives well, I say, hey, definitely do a lot more with T'Challa and the Black Panther mythos.
That's a good point. But it's pretty cool to see his intelligence be flexed a bit more.
Before we like end things off, I did want to ask you a question. Like, I saw this on Twitter. what other like franchises would benefit from like a what if type show? The reason I'm asking this because I saw on Twitter someone asked it, how would you feel about a Star Wars what if? Tweeted it saying that there's some things I would like to see. Like the case in point, I would want to see what if Obi-Wan saved Anakin, or like what if the Jedi was aware of Order 66 before everything went down. I enjoyed like that concept of a what if in the Star Wars universe. So what about you? Do you think there's any other medium you want to see a what if?
I mean, DC kind of has its own multiverse. That looks nasty. So, yeah, DC has its own multiverse. So that seems kind of like a moot point with DC. No, I'm trying to think of like some mystery shows or mystery movies that I've seen, but
Okay,
off
and you
the
can
top of
like
my
mention some
head,
animes too that you think would benefit from like a what if scenario type show.
I don't know, man. I had to get back to you on that one because I mean, like off the top of my head, it's not something I normally would think about. So I'd have no idea.
Okay, well, hey, when we talk about episode 3, we can go back to this question, and then maybe you might have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, just for right now, like on the spot, I can't really think of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. It was just like when I saw that tweet a few days ago, it really made me think like, oh, this concept can pretty much work for a lot of different um, mediums and shows.
Yeah, I feel like it could, but you know, it's just I think on which ones I would be cool with seeing the alternative. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, man, like these Marvel shows have been just firing on all cylinders. It's no different. I'm actually looking forward to episode 3. I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm hyped for it. Honestly, like these Marvel shows have just been there's been no misses.
I mean, for me, technically WandaVision, but I haven't watched it, so
Well, man, I can't count that as a miss. You can't like.
I mean, hey man, some people liked it, some people didn't, but maybe I will
I
never know.
mean,
Oh wait, I can't.
I mean,
No.
I hope, like I said, I hope one day like you get to it because it is a dub for Marvel. For you, I don't think it counts as like a loss or anything. It's one of the things where like you just haven't gotten to it. It's like you in Attack on Titan. For some reason, you just don't want to watch goat shit right away for some reason. Yeah, I'm throwing that in there.
Whatever, man. I was gonna leave it alone. I'll let you brag, whatever. But yeah, man. So overall, though, what would you say about the first 2 episodes of Marvel's What If?
Oh man, like they knocked it out of the park. Came out the gate swinging. I hope they can just keep this momentum going until the end. Like it makes me think about like what the last episode will be. Because will they do what you saying? Will they connect everything? Or keep everything separate? Will they like do the biggest story for the last one? And this is what possibility. Like as cliche as you said, I know it's cliche, but again, the possibilities are endless. And I'm looking forward to the entire thing.
Word. For my last comments on the first 2 episodes, very well executed. It looks amazing. The way they have been able to draw these characters to look like practically the actors completely. I mean, Rogers looks a lot like Chris Evans. T'Challa looks a lot like Chadwick Boseman. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the way they did that, but also the way they've done some mannerisms when I'm in public is also like, I don't know, it's just like really cool to see. So I'm looking forward to more episodes. I'm honestly looking forward to more seasons. Hopefully, this isn't a 1 season thing. Don't let me down, Marvel. But yeah, man. Overall, great concept, and for the time being, great execution. So that's our review for episode 1 and 2, and also our thoughts on Marvel's What If series. And you know, as always, if you have any thoughts that you want to share about it, you know, either the episodes or the series in general, any future ideas you think might could happen, or just some characters you would want to see mixed up in a what if hypothetical, you know. Well, I just feel that's what they call this jump, Marvel's hypothetical. But nah, don't got the same type of flares. It's pretty much like Peter being Star Lord versus T'Challa being Star Lord. But yeah, that was just so disrespectful. But Yeah, make sure to comment that down in the comment section. If you enjoyed the conversation, is aside from my little blank out moment, please leave a like. Be sure to subscribe so you can catch more content like this. Because I mean, we definitely gonna be talking about this one, man. This one's really fun.
And also,
And
let us know. Um, let us know if you think that Mike is more Spider-Man or he's more Iron Man. I'm on Team Iron Man, but definitely let us know how he is.
so I got to now it's a team Iron Man and Spider Man for whether I'm Team Iron Man and Spider Man. Like, all right, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, man. So you made it all the way to the end of the video. I want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you come back to catch some more of this greatness. But aside from that, make sure that you watch Marvel's What If. Enjoy it. Make sure you watch more of our videos. Hopefully you enjoy it. And Curtis, any last words?
Team Iron Man for you at least. But no, I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
can't really do the plus ultra to patch limits thing for Marvel.
Cap. Crap. What can I say about this? I can't use Cap's like little catchphrase he had because that doesn't make sense. He said like I can do this all day. I mean I can talk about What If all day. I'd go to bed.
Wakanda for buff chicks. Let's call it that. Wakanda for buff
Oh.
chicks. There you go. That's the new thing. Yeah. So that'll be our new in piece.
Oh man, but all right, you guys. Peace.
Peace.